Hello guys, this is Michaela from Shine Your Light Brightly 1111. Welcome to my channel or welcome back. Today I want to do a new moon reading for the collective here. And this new moon is in Pisces, what can make us a bit dreamy. But we also have the little danger here to fall back in old habits. New moon in general is about intention setting for new beginnings in the whole life or for a certain area. So my reading today will be about what you should focus on, where you should set your intentions, and also what is the danger to, what is the habit you could fall back into, where you should be aware of. And yeah, I would say just start. We first of all will get a topic for the intention setting and clarify with tarot, and we will use another oracle deck for the topic of what you should be aware of to not fall back into here. So I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for being here, and let's just start. So, dear spirit guides and angels, what is, they already told me something when I was preparing for the reading. Usually start with that. For some of you it is about you need to really make an important decision, and you are, well, let's say avoiding it because it would mean huge life change, and you are a bit afraid of that, what's totally human. So others of you, or maybe also these people, I don't know, are currently or have been for a while in kind of introspective phase, really going within, trying to figure out what they want. I really feel the avoidance here of wanting to face certain shadows. There is something that you really don't like to look at. It can have to do with old wounds. So you didn't fully work this out, but Spirit is telling you here, old ways won't open new doors, and there is a huge opportunity in front of many of you currently. For many it's in regards to work and career, but whatever it might be for you, there is something you should look at. So, but we want to know, first of all, what you should focus on. What is it what you should focus on here? Where do you have to put your intentions, or should? So we have the lion coming up. Harness the loyal and protective aura of the lion and charge ahead magnificently. So the lion, for some it might even be a special meaning if you are a Leo, but the lion also for me is, the strength card in tarot is about confidence, self-esteem, courage, having that strength to face all challenges. The number 16 might be significant for someone. So also here, you are protected. I have the marriage card at the bottom. And I lately picked up on that topic. It doesn't have to be for you. For someone, it might be about love in general. So it might even be about a proposal that you've received or that you want to make. Or for some, it might be about, because of that life-changing thing, that would be, of course, a marriage. For others, it's even to leave a marriage. That decision that you don't want to make. But because it comes up here in regards to what you should focus on. But let's clarify that with tarot, actually, before I go further here. Sorry, my voice is a bit cracked here. The emotions that I feel, actually, since I was preparing for the reading, are so all over the place, from confusion to excitement to pride to shyness to kind of that silliness. There is everything in it. Happiness, sadness. So many of you are in a very reflective phase. So Spirit, would you please clarify here the Lion card and the Marriage card a bit further for the collective? What should they focus on? What's going on here? So we have the Death card. So another card that could indicate an ending of some sorts, but the Death card can just be about transformation, so huge change. It's representing the sign of Scorpio, and we have the Ace of Wands, what would be a new beginning, creativity, passion. So Spirit brings me back to what I've said at the beginning. Old ways won't open new doors. So there is an opportunity for a new beginning, but for some of you it means something else has to end first. So it's I hear again indecisiveness. So for some of you it's just about, it's time to decide. It's really time to make a decision, whatever the decision will be, and whatever the situation for you is about. But they also say to make no decision is also a decision. But then, then get out of that confusion and then decide to not do it, right? But the problem is for you, you are in that indecisiveness, and that is actually bringing the confusion and makes you stuck in the situation. I see NY, so of course that can be New York, but it can also be initials. Take it as it resonates. I also hear Gemini. It can just be, so either someone is a Gemini or it is about that time frame around end of May or June. Can you tell me more here, Spirit, please? Especially also for the ones where it's not about that topic, not about the marriage, or so again, it can be about also maybe you received a proposal and you don't know if to say yes, because it would be that life changing. It would end your old way of being, right? With the Death card. So again, only go with your intuition, only take what resonates. Don't try to make anything fit. If it's confusing you, it's most likely not your message today. To subscribe, like, and also comment is actually an energy exchange that would help me to pick up more on your energies. So if you haven't yet, would be greatly appreciated. Also to get me back into the algorithm here. So what else, Spirit, here for the collective? I see the number 25. I have the Hermit. Yeah, so I already said, so Spirit told me already that many of you are in that introspective phase, that going within, that soul searching, that alone time and quietness and stillness. I have the Justice card at the bottom. So Libra's energy and Virgo's energy. A lot of major arcana here on the table. 4 tarots and 3 major arcana. So huge transformational energy here. A new beginning is waiting. But there's something that you don't want to decide on. The Justice card is, of course, about justice, but it's also about balance in general. It can indicate, of course, also, especially when I look at the Death card, the Marriage card, and the Justice, it could indicate a divorce. Let's get 2 more. So because we are in that pile here of what you should focus on, where you should set your intentions for, is really to get out of that indecisiveness, to really make a decision. Oh, look at that. We have the Tower. So another time Scorpio's energy coming up. The Tower would be that life-changing event that you are afraid of, maybe, by making that decision. We have the 6 of Swords at the bottom. So the Tower, is about the old structures falling apart. The old foundation is gone, is destroyed, or will be. But it's messy while happening, and really not nice when it comes to how we feel, because everything we were used to is gone. Yeah, the old life ends. And but it gives the opportunity for a new beginning, because we have the chance here to build a new foundation, stone by stone, more stable and more in the way we really want it. The 6 of Swords is an energy of moving on to calmer waters, so don't be afraid of the Tower. It goes by. And again, change is messy in the middle, but beautiful at the end. It's leaving the storm behind. Swords are representing mental energy, what also means about calming the mind. So yeah, there is something huge here in these energies. I see the letter R and L, as well as G. I see, how is that called? A manta ray or something like that, devil's fish, something like that. Maybe you want to look it up as a spirit animal, but I think it's about going with the flow, to be more, to glide more through life instead of fighting it and avoiding certain things. I also hear we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. So what is fear in the end? What is fear? Fear is just the imagination of the worst case scenario, because it didn't happen yet. So why not rather imagine the best case scenario? I hear the name Robert, as well as Michelle. I hear September, as well as May. I see 17 as well as 41 or 14. It's changing, so maybe both. Or maybe you see 14, 41, something like that. I see a heart and hear love. And I also hear don't settle for less. So especially for the ones where it is about to leave, I think actually it's for the majority here to leave. It doesn't have to be a marriage. It can be a serious, committed, long-term relationship. But with the Death card, the Justice card, and the Tower with the Marriage card, it actually, for me, represents most likely leaving a long-term relationship here. But what did I want to say? I've lost the thread here. well, it doesn't matter. Then it wasn't important. Or Spirit will remind me again. May I have a sip of my tea? Maybe I can remember. I kind of think it wasn't unimportant. Well, no, it's gone, but it doesn't matter. And it doesn't even matter if it is about leaving a marriage or maybe saying yes to a marriage. It would be life-changing, but being in that indecisiveness is actually what's exhausting you. It is robbing you of your energy, that indecisiveness. And bringing that confusion also. And by avoiding it and suppressing it and, pushing it away, kind of, I think about it later, or then you maybe decide, at least you think you decide to not do it, whatever it is for you. But it comes up again. I really think there is something. Let me actually grab that deck again. And let's ask, what is this new beginning for you about? What would it bring? What is that Ace of Wands exactly here when you make that decision? What to expect then? So there are two here wanting to come out. So I have Phoenix and the Cracker. And I have the Unicorn at the bottom. So let's read these. I won't clarify these with tarot anymore, but I wanted to know what to expect when you go with the Tower here. When you make the decision, again, doesn't matter what it is for you, but what is when you make that decision to either leave a certain relationship. It can, I would say, if there is a proposal card in it, then I would have said it's maybe even business-wise. But with a marriage, I actually get a love relationship here. So either it is about leaving one, or it is about the end of your old ways by saying yes to a marriage. Would also have to do with a court, kind of, right? With the Justice card here, and it would be life-changing with the Tower too. So we got the Cracker card. What is positive energy surrounds you. Love, joy, and good fortune await. I have the Phoenix. Be prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. And I have the Unicorn. Success, hope, freedom, healing, and magic are all available to you if you just believe. So, of course, I feel the fear here. The fear of the Tower. The fear of that change. But I hear again, change is messy in the middle, but beautiful at the end. I hear a song, what is that? I think it is, This Is My Fight Song or something like this. So I think it's about, having the courage to make certain decisions and just go for it. I hear Christina as well as Sam. I hear memories, and I also hear apathy. So again, I feel that exhaustion also, and that comes from that indecisiveness here. Let's see what comes up here, what you should be aware of to not fall back into old habits. So what is it here that you should be aware of? Okay. I have the risk at the bottom. Underneath is actually the conclusion, chapter 1 and the end. So something needs to end before a new beginning can come, right? And yeah, I think the risk is what you are afraid of. But let's see what else we got. We have the belonging card. And we have the complicated card, yeah. They even tell me that the conclusion card belongs to it too. Actually, with the risk. So, yeah, I already feel the complication here, actually. So for some of you, it's really about that you have been in the situation you are in right now for a long time, and it is kind of what is you. You know, you have the feeling of belonging here, but not from the heart anymore, but kind of the life circumstances. And of course, especially when it is about leaving a marriage, it has, you know, effects also on the finances. Usually we have to find a new home. Of course, there is a risk. I also feel for some of you, there is already someone new who stirred your passion, maybe. But you might not know, so that might be very specific here. So you don't even know if that person would be interested or if there is a chance because you didn't approach them before not knowing what to do with your situation. What is a good thing? So, but yeah, I also feel that that new person might give you the feeling or the hope of that belonging. But you feel it as too risky to leave something else behind. Maybe even without knowing what to expect. So it's kind of that for the ones where the situation is that way, that there is someone new already. But you don't know if they even would be interested. So kind of I leave that situation and maybe have financial losses, have to give up my current home, and then maybe they don't want me. But I also feel a huge integrity here, so it is really about to not approach this person as long as you are in that relationship. But that's again very specific here. Let's get some tarot. So this is I feel that that confusion, so I really can't even express myself really because I pick up on the energies I'm in. I pick up on your energies. So I get into that confused state, in that I feel that complicated, very extreme right now. I hear another song. What is that? Bruises by Luis Capaldi. So yeah, this is actually about that we learn from to make pain matter, right? That there's a jewel in every teardrop. And someone who will, even if a situation was painful, never forget about it. And also think of the good parts. So I have the Four of Cups with the King of Cups. And I have the Magician at the bottom. So we have water now here again on the table. Scorpio, Pisces. Cancer. And Gemini with the Magician. So with the Four of Cups, I actually pick up on an energy that is kind of, how to say this? when children are kind of pouting, I want this. Why can't I have this? So something isn't the way you want it. So either you are the King of Cups or your person is a King of Cups and you are kind of, so it might be the person you want to be with and try to manifest into your life. But as Spirit said, as long as you hold on to the past here and stay in these old ways, the new door can't open. So if you are kind of waiting for something from that new person, Spirit is actually protecting them from you here, as long as you are in that indecisiveness. And I also pick up on pain here from that person, your indecisiveness. So for the ones where there is already a new person, they are hurt by it somehow. I have the Eight of Cups with the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups at the bottom. So it can be children involved here with two pages coming up for some of you, because it is kind of the fear, maybe because the Eight of Cups is leaving something behind, walking away from something. It can just be about leaving emotional baggage from the past behind, but it's actually not what I get here. It is really about that it might be the fear to leave children behind. So, but the question here, I have to go with the meaning in regards to the question I was asking. And the question here was, what should you be aware of to not fall back into old habits? It's actually I hear again, don't settle for less. So if you are in a relationship, maybe just staying in because there are children involved, or you are together for a long time. And it is kind of that, well, I will have financial losses and I have to find a new home. It's all complicated. Then Spirit is telling you here, well, go with your heart. What does your heart want? Are you still happy? Why are you really, so be honest to yourself, why are you really staying here? If these are the only reasons, and instead of sitting there and kind of being in that pouting energy, because you can't have what you want, become more the doer. I hear less talking, more doing. I also hear a song again, that's by Elvis, Can't Help Falling in Love. So someone is here really already in love with someone else, but doesn't go for it because of maybe family here. So I didn't expect actually the reading to be about love in that way, or be in that heavy energy. I hear the names Michelle as well as Sam. So Michelle can also be Michael or so, but the month of May might be significant. I don't know. Didn't we have that already? I also hear something about a workplace. Spirit is saying laughter. So there is you are much too serious. Joy is missing in your life. And maybe that person ignited something inside of you that brought back hope. So if the pages are not representing children, so with the Page of Pentacles, or actually with both, I mean, both can be about communication, but I get more about planting seeds and making little steps, baby steps forward, leaving something behind and making at least baby steps forward, to not fall into that trap again of I need to stay here because, you know, I've promised something 20 years ago, something like that. Even though I have huge respect for people who are fighting for their long-term relationships and not giving up that fast, but then decide for staying, right? Because this whole thing and everything I feel empathically here is about the confusion and the indecisiveness. I here go with your heart, so I don't. In the end, it's always up to you, and it's in the end also a general reading here that just should help you to get more clarity here. What's difficult when I pick up on so much confusion. You might see a lot of fives. What actually wouldn't be a surprise. It's about change as well as challenge. Let me use another deck here. Don't want to make these too long, but so mystery, things you cannot explain, and the treasure inside, gift. They show me butterflies, actually two. So what could just mean you as well as another person have changed a lot. So if this is about your long-term partner, maybe, you know, you've developed in different directions and it's just not a fit anymore. For others, I really get that the new person brought a lot of transformation, maybe even a spiritual awakening or ascension process here to you. They point out the new beginning. They always bring me back to the Ace of Wands here. So there is a huge gift in that new beginning. Yeah, the treasure inside. And even though you might not understand how this all works, why it happened the way it did, so maybe that new person came into your life and kind of woke you up from a deep sleep here. You know, you just lived your life and everything seemed to be fine so far, but they made you realize by igniting that inside of you and igniting that maybe even spiritual awakening, you looked at things in a different way. That's what a spiritual awakening is doing. It makes you question everything. Your career, your friendships, your relationships in general, your decisions from the past. And especially for the ones where you just had that spiritual awakening, you might not have that full trust into your intuitive insights or the guidance here to go with the heart, to follow your heart. You might be a very logical, rational person. What brings up that mental conflict here? Okay, let's see. What is the last message that Spirit wants to give you here as an advice with this new moon? So the main message is make a decision. It's time to make a decision. Courage is your advice. I am stronger than fear and bigger than doubt. I am light and I remain light. I trust in God and stand tall before the tests of life. I grow and become wiser through every challenge. I am a being of new life. Fitting last message. I still have the feeling that I leave you without really giving you advice or bringing clarity, because it just brought out kind of the complications here and the dilemma and the indecision. But maybe you just needed to hear that you need to make that decision, because that is what's exhausting you. This is what's holding you stuck. And again, changes. I mean, life is about changes. And there's something else Spirit wants to say. Something like, I can't really grab it. Something like, life is not about avoiding to fall. It's about getting up. That kind of saying. I don't know exactly how it goes. And the tower doesn't mean that you fall. It just means that there will be change. And with the tower, yes, it will be huge change, and it might be a bit uncomfortable. But all endings are. But all endings bring a new beginning. I also hear Spirit wants to bring you where you belong. And I hear again, don't settle for less. So where you are right now, it's just not a fit anymore. Well, again, I have the feeling that I can't leave you with that, but Spirit is telling me enough. So I leave it with that. I still hope it helped you in some way, someone at least. And so thank you so much for stopping by, for joining me here. And I wish you all the very best. Happy new moon. Bye-bye. Take care.